Follow along with us on a trip we took to Portugal in February 2024. The adventure will take us to the capital city of Lisbon and the old town of Alfama, on to the mountain village of Sintra, to a modern-day miracle town of Fatima, and finally up the coast to the gorgeous city of Porto. As this is also a foodie trip, we will dine at some of the best reviewed restaurants by the Michelin Guide and Anthony Bourdain. Please join us. As we landed in Lisbon in the early afternoon, we decided to fight our jet lag by dining at the famous Cervejaria Romeo restaurant recommended by Anthony Bourdain, featuring their famous spider crab. It can be difficult to get in as Romeo's doesn't take reservations and the lines can be long at dinner. However, we arrived at 3 p.m. and found a table ready for us.
And it's a little bit sweet.
This one?
Yeah.
The locals at our table explained the type of lobster typically served here. Garlic butter, clams. What is this?
Garlic clams.
Very fresh. It feels very light. It's just a good balance of garlic and butter.
We chose a Portugal green wine made with early harvested grapes just before they change color and the sugar content rises.
How good is it?
It's good.
Good.
It's nicely balanced wine.
The spider crab.
We decided on the spider crab.
Oh, we get a block. We get a block to crack it.
Crack it?
Yes. To crack the. You get a hammer.
Oh, you put it on it.
Instead of crab leg crackers, we used mallets.
Watch Keith. He knows it very well how to do it. He broke his leg. There you go.
I think it's salty. There's a lot of very crabby. Maybe it is a bread dipping sauce.
Oh my God.
We're walking up to the top of the plaza.
And I bet the tour will.
After dinner, we climbed the steps and streets of the old city and arrived for a beautiful sunset. For a digestive after dinner, we went for a ginginha. Dating back to the 13th century, this beverage crafted by infusing cherries and alcohol with sugar for medicinal purposes.
Back to the hotel.
The next day, we toured Lisbon. It is the second oldest European capital city, predating Rome by 400 years, and first established by pre-Celtic tribes and the Phoenicians. In the 14th and 15th centuries, Portugal played a significant role in maritime dominance, establishing colonies and trade routes across South America, Africa, and Asia. Now we go onward to Pastéis Jubileum. It is the original place that started selling Portuguese egg tarts, dating back to 1837, and they were outstanding. For lunch, we visited another Anthony Bourdain hotspot, O Trevo, or the Clover. It was a busy noontime, so we found a place at the bar. The pork sandwich is what Anthony suggests. However, we found it dry and with not a lot of taste. The croquette roll we shared with mincemeat and topped with an egg was delicious.
Huh?
You call it here before you go.
I know.
After lunch, we continued our tour of Lisbon, strolling down the Rua Augusta to the Praça do Comércio and narrow streets of Alfama, reviewing colorful 3D facades of the city. We are currently at Zoom Zoom, and this is a Michelin Gourmet restaurant. And this is the kitchen, and there's a sous chef back there, and it's a woman chef that serves this restaurant. And
Marlene Vieira.
and
This is the chef.
that's her. For dinner, we treated ourselves to a Michelin-rated gourmet restaurant, Zoom Zoom. It's rated as a high-quality contemporary cuisine that is based around traditional Portuguese recipes. Zoom Zoom, and this here is the seafood, rice and seafood. This is beans and garlic. This is codfish in the sauce, and then this is the octopus that comes in. What type of flower is that?
Edible. This looks like pansy.
Viola.
Ooh.
Oh, it's like a raspberry cream.
Okay, there you go. Very nice.
It's a viola.
Got it. The fortified wine made locally had a butterscotch or caramely taste. It was an excellent pairing with our
You're
dessert.
gonna walk me home. You're gonna carry me home. It's only 2.5 miles.
1, 2. I'm so sorry.
Every dish here was excellent, and we enjoyed ourselves with the waitstaff.
Back to the hotel.
This is Sintra. This is the shopping area of Sintra here. This is the castle, Sintra Castle. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is filled with fairy tale castles, gardens, and a unique spiral well that leads to a man-made cave and waterfalls. Now we're exiting the well underneath the cave area.
So the difference, this is going down 9 levels to heaven. In Buddhist, it's 9 levels to hell.
But this is paradise.
Yeah, but it's paradise.
In this paradise, you've got a spring. And this is all man-made.
At the end of the cave, there will be a bottle of wine waiting for
Wait, hit your head.
you. There will be a bottle of wine waiting for you.
Wait, hit your head. Our dinner tonight is in Alfama at Solar 31.
It has a lot of food inside, and it's a little bit sweet.
This one?
Yeah. This one.
The mussels, octopus salad, and seafood stew were excellent. Lou and Keith especially enjoyed the monkfish seafood rice skillet that we came back later in our trip to have it again. Okay. This is the entrance to the castle wall and the city wall actually. You come in through here and it's gated in 2 areas. This protects the entrance where they could main entrance. The following day, we explored one of Portugal's most renowned villages, Obidos, with its enchanting cobblestone streets, charming architecture, and formidable city walls that you can adventure along, this medieval city offers a captivating experience. Come along with me. So the archers would come up on this wall and they'd shoot out here if they're ever attacked. Previously I was on that side of the wall, and now I'm on this side of the wall of the castle. That's the castle hotel right there, and had to come up these steep steps. Some of it's just rock and the other parts of it is stones that have been put into steps. Then it comes up here for a beautiful view out here to the fields and the farms. And it also has a great view into the city, into the town, right here. That the wall is protecting. If you can see the wall, it protects it clear around. Nazare is a surfer's paradise and home to some of the largest waves in the world. It is also the most popular beach destination on the Silver Coast of Portugal. You can find dried fish on the beach, where mackerel and squid have been drying in the sun for hundreds of years. You can also buy dried fish from fishermen sitting at a small table on the boardwalk. We tried seafood stew and boiled octopus for lunch, and afterwards went up to the cliff and said goodbye to the lovely beach town of Nazare. Fatima is one of the most important pilgrimage sites for Catholics. This is where the Virgin Mary is believed to have appeared to local children in 1917. Lou and Keith enjoyed codfish at the Taberna do Bacalhau. They served 9 different cod dishes, including this one, codfish boiled in milk, broiling in an oven with onions, mashed potatoes, and mayonnaise. The next day brought a beautiful sunrise for a ride to Porto. Huge monastery. However, before, we will visit a 12th century Templar stronghold and monk convent. 15th century, 17th century, 16th century. And inside is where that church is, that round church, and it's just something I've never seen before. Monks stayed in these rooms. The church. '12th century. The church. Nicely done. That evening, we got to explore the city and taste their fortified wine we know as port.
Back to the hotel.
Looking uphill from the next day, we got to explore Porto and its vibrant riverside walk. This is Lou and Keith with me. The town hall. Now in the train station, a lot of tiles with murals that show different things, like a king over there that is giving forgiveness to one of the subjects, and then here's the milling and the farming above. And here's some other ones. And this here is some of the wars that happened and the king and queen marriage here. It's a big station. big ceiling, and then out here is the trains where they leave from. Not a huge train station, but it's a very nice and open. Here's a big overview of Porto. This is the River of the Dodo, which means the River of Gold. And there's the bridge, River Dodo. Train crossing the bridge. Here's a big overview of Porto.
That's a less.
We toured a wine museum in Gaia to gain insights into the port making process. Following the initial production of wine, it undergoes fortification by adding a neutral grape spirit with an alcohol content ranging from 29 to 60%. This halts the fermentation, preserves residual sugar in the wine, and elevates the overall alcohol content. At the end of the tour, we tasted two types of ports. A lighter color port that was less sweet and had a butterscotch note in it, and a darker one that had a sweet berry taste. We spent the rest of the afternoon enjoying the river views at the Waterfront Cafe and watched our last gorgeous sunset in Porto.
Oh, it is good.
Porto is one of my favorite cities in Europe, with its charm, golden river, colorful buildings, fabulous food, and its friendly people. We decided our last meal in Porto would be at the Ribs. It was time we got to see how Portugal cooked their meats. We shared a T-bone cooked medium rare with a side of black pork ribs and a delicious dessert. Thank you for watching our one-week Portugal trip. Place in the comments your trip highlights and what made Portugal special to you.